welcome. And we're looking to find some good news for this month. And we're using the Good Newspaper, reviewing the Good Newspaper again. This is the March edition. And we've got a couple of good articles to look at here. And I'm with my friend Mark. Mark, over to you.
One thing I really love is sport. And on the back page of this month's Good Newspaper, two great articles. One is on the Port Vale manager, Darren Moore. Now, Premier League player, coaching various clubs, but you know, his managerial career has been anything but smooth. The ups and downs that he's experienced. One thing I like about the article is the pressure he's under. He says that his faith gives him the ability to cope with that pressure that's constant, and also with the ups and downs. You know, his managerial career has not been all roses, yet he's calm and he's hopeful, and that's because of his faith in Jesus. I wonder how smooth your life is. How is your career going? Have you achieved all your dreams? Have there been some downers? Well, read this article on Port Vale manager Darren Moore. I think it will encourage you to see that the stability that faith brings can be a help to you. There's a second article on Dr. Mark Prince. This is very inspirational, very encouraging. The sad part of this story is he received an award at the Sports Personality of the Year on the BBC. It's work that was inspired by the death of his son, a promising footballer who was stabbed to death outside his school almost 20 years ago. And you read the article and he talks about the choice he made because of his faith, not to be bitter, not to be angry, to be forgiven, to be encouraged by the death of his son, to help others, inspired by his faith in Jesus Christ. Read this article and tell you what, you go to YouTube, it mentions the speech on YouTube. I watched the speech after reading the article. It will inspire you. It will encourage you to reconsider the place of Jesus Christ in the midst of tragedy and to inspire you to help others. Read the sports page in this month's Good Newspaper. See the YouTube video of Dr. Mark Prince. Be encouraged. Colin?
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I want to look at the article that I actually wrote in this month's edition on loss. And it's called Let's Talk About Loss. And I found running bereavement journey courses over the last couple of years, how many people really come along and say, well, you know, I've come to this course because I find that it's very difficult to talk about my loss with my family and with friends. Over a period of time, they just want to switch off. It's very, very hard. And I think society as a whole really struggles with this. I mean, there's a quote here I put here. I lost my husband a year ago, and now no one wants to talk about him. I don't think they know what to say. How about you? How do you react when you come across somebody who's been bereaved, a friend or a family member? Do you know what to say? Do you know how to deal with it? Or have you experienced a situation where you've lost someone yourself and you found that people don't know what to say? I mean, I remember once when I was younger and I lost somebody and somebody walked across the road to avoid me. This is the sort of situation that happens when people don't know what to say. So my articles try and encourage us, not to condemn us, not to make us feel bad, just how do we help one another through grief and loss, because we're all going to face grief and loss at some point in our lives. This is the tragic side of life, and one of the great tenets of the Christian faith is that heaven that we're going to be going to has no more death, no more loss, no more tears, and no more pain. That's a wonderful hope that we can hold on to. That's one thing that we can offer someone who's bereaved, the Christian faith. The other thing you can do is really just listen. So often we feel we've got to try and fix the situation. We've got to try and chivvy the person along and make them feel less hurting. We don't want to make them cry. But really so many people tell me is that what they really want is someone that gives a really good listening ear and really shows care in that way. So that's a really practical thing you can do. And the article finishes off with just saying that Jesus says that blessed are those who mourn. The blessing is that in the mourning, he can be with us in the sadness and the loss. We can reach out to Jesus for help. He is our hope. Mark, over to you.
Thank you, Colin. Colin, your article really inspired me. It's so practical. Everybody can lend a listening ear. And this article on Dr. Mark Prince, very, very inspiring. Watch the video, get the good newspaper, read the articles, be inspired, be encouraged, and be reminded of the place of Jesus Christ in the lives of these people and how he can be a part of your life as well. God bless you.